Hey there, my friend. Welcome to Empower Network. This is Dave Wood, and I'm actually talking to you out of my little video office here in the mountains in Escazú, Costa Rica. And the purpose of this video is to pre-frame the following 8 videos. And in this video, to specifically give you the formula of how you can reach your dreams and you can reach your goals here at Empower Network. I'm also going to explain the differences and kind of what Empower Network is. More importantly, though, by the end of this video, you're going to know the meta strategy of how to take hold of this opportunity and make the most money you possibly can. Now, before I continue, this is not going to be guaranteeing that you make any money at all. Okay, so please see our average earnings disclosure in powernetwork.com/income for full details on our average earnings here. Now let's get into your vision. And to do that, I want to talk about mine. When I started this company, I had been in this industry my whole adult life in 2009, 7 years, and most of that time I had totally failed. In 2009, after 7 years of failing, I got started in online marketing, and I started to make a lot of money really fast. In fact, about 90 days after I got started, I had been living in a van, and I went from zero to having my first week where I made over $25,000 in a week. Since that period of time, my income has just continued to go up, following the strategies that I'm going to outline in this video and in the following 8. Well, moving forward through time a little bit, and I'm going to explain why in a minute, I was frustrated for a lot of reasons by most of the companies that were out there. And the reason is because I couldn't really do what I want to do. See, what I discovered is that I don't really want to be the richest person in this industry. I could do that by selling soap and vitamins and paying the field 30% commissions, right? Because obviously I'm earning the bigger cut. I want the richest team. I fell in love with this business because this is a business where I can be lifted up by lifting other people's up. So I have a vision in this company. We have these rings, and I'm actually not wearing mine right now, but hold on, let me grab it. And I want to do that because of the fact that this is important to this video. We have these rings we give to people who have earned $1 million in commissions. And this is more of a symbol. On one side of the ring, it has the date that you joined, and the other side of the ring has the date when you earned $1 million in commissions in Empower Network. Right now, we have 11 of them as of making this video, and my vision in Empower Network is to create 100 new millionaires a year. Now, before we continue on in this video, here's what I want to do. I want to set your intentions of going through this Fast Start training of accomplishing your dreams and goals. See, I learned something about the mind back in like 2005. Your brain has something called the reticular activation system. And basically what that is, it's like a goal-seeking mechanism of the mind. Your attention and your energy is focused towards only seeing certain information that will help you accomplish what it is that you're focused on. So it's really important whenever you go through training here, whenever you're learning something new, that you're focused on the outcome, the reason why you're going through that information. So what I want you to do is a little visualization exercise with me, and what I want you to do is I want you to imagine your outcome in front of you. Why are you here? What's your goal? Is it to make $10,000 a month? Is it to get $1 million ring? Do you want to speak on stage? Do you want to just make a full-time income for the first time? I mean, what would you really do if time and money weren't issues for you? I want you to just take your goal, put it out in front of you, and I want you to imagine it like it's a big old three-dimensional symbol out there in space. Now, I always use this ring as the symbol for me accomplishing my goals, so what I'm going to do right now, it's got 250 diamonds on it. Maybe we could get a little close-up going on. I want you to see an image of whatever your goal is, and if you need to pause the video to set a goal, that's okay, you can pause it. So now that you're continuing to watch, I'm going to assume that you've done that. Now I want you to imagine your goal in front of you. And I want you to just make it bright. Make your goal clear. Make it three-dimensional. Make the colors stand out. Just close your eyes for a second. As you're seeing your goal, I want you to make it brighter. I want you to make it bigger. I want you to make it stand out more. If it's the $1 million ring, I want you to see the glittering of the light in the diamonds. And I want you to feel, as you're staring at this, how it will feel to have that goal, to have accomplished that outcome, how it will feel to have achieved what you want to achieve here. And just hold that for one moment. Now let's move on. Doesn't that just feel different now that we've done that? Now you're focused on what you want to achieve. So really, to understand what we're doing, you need to understand that there's really 3 kinds of things out there, all right? And this is kind of like how I describe it. I'm going to get into a little bit more detail through this little short video here. Number 1, you've got normal affiliate marketing. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Number 2, you have got network marketing or team building, community building. right? And that's, joining a company selling soap or selling vitamins where you're building, a team and you're getting paid a little bit off a lot of people. And then you've got number 3, which is a category on its own, which really the only thing like it is Empower Network, and I'm going to explain why here in a second. But let's go into affiliate marketing and start it off there, because this is really going to give you a background to help you understand exactly what it is that we're doing here at Empower Network. Affiliate marketing is simply, when you take a product or service that someone else has developed on the internet, and if you sell it, you can earn a commission. Right? Now, the problems with affiliate marketing, there's a million of them. Number 1, normally the commissions that you get paid just aren't very high. You might sell a product for $100 and only get paid $30, right? You might sell a product for $500 and only get paid $200. You might sell a product for $1,000 and only get paid $200, right? Usually the commissions in affiliate marketing are relatively low. But it's not actually the biggest problem with it. See, when you go out there and when you're looking for things to promote in the marketplace, especially if you've got influence, if you're wanting to build a community and if you're wanting to kind of keep people trusting you for a long time, there's a phenomenon that you're going to experience as you're marketing your business called list dilution. And it kind of works like this. Have you ever seen one of those whiteboard presentations where somebody's like in direct sales and they're like, if you get 5 and they get 5 and they get 5 and they get 5, it kind of looks like this, right? You go out there, you sponsor 5 people, they sponsor 5, you got 25, they sponsor 5, you got 125, they sponsor 5, you got 625. Never, of course, actually works like that, but that's kind of how they paint things out. Well, what list dilution is this. See, normally when you promote an affiliate offer, when you're sending traffic or you're sending your trusted prospects, okay, to somebody else's list, what happens, they don't just buy that product. See, what happens is if you send your list to 5 offers, each one of those people, let's say it's some guru who's selling some hot new Facebook strategy, here's what happens. That person now has your lead, they have your trusted contact, right? And now what they do is they email that person to as many offers as humanly possible. Well, each one of those offers that they email your list to also emails your list to more and more offers. And what happens is, you get a lead, they get on 5 lists, that then becomes 25 lists, that then becomes 125 lists, and pretty soon your list that you've spent your money, that you've spent your hard work building, is getting so many emails from different gurus that they just change their email address and they stop opening emails, and you've lost the trust, you've lost the lead, you've lost the responsiveness. Okay? That's the problem with normal affiliate marketing. It burns people out, right? And it's not a good way for you to build a long-term sustainable future. If you're just looking to make a few $100 or a few $1,000, affiliate marketing is generally a great way to go. If you're wanting to build a future, if you're wanting to live the dream, if you're wanting to be able to move out into the mountains or move down to the beach or be able to go on vacations half the year, you're not going to be able to do it being an affiliate in a normal affiliate marketing company. Okay? The second thing that you've got is you've got network marketing, right? Now they kind of have the same effect. They say you go get 5 and they get 5 and they get 5 and they get 5. Here's what in reality ends up happening, though. You go out there and you're selling your soap or you're selling your vitamins. And number 1, the companies themselves don't have good strategies to teach you what to do. All right? Number 2, when you go do what they say to do, you end up alienating the people that are close to you. Right? And number 3, you really don't make a lot of money doing normal network marketing unless you really know what you're doing. Most people that I know that make $100,000 a month in the network marketing industry, and I actually know a lot, they've got 100,000 to 250,000 people who are active in their teams. It's an unbelievable amount of people. So what happens is, they say you get 5, we get 5, we get 5, and they're just like unbelievable people. But what it really is, it's like you get 200, and they get 100, and they get 50, and they get 2, and then they get 1, and you've got one guy down at the 4th level, and you really don't make any money at all. All right? And there's a lot of reasons for that. We're going to get into it. Most of the time it's because companies don't know what they're doing, or it's because you don't have the right training, or it's because you really haven't been seasoned enough to really be able to make it work. Both of those things are very difficult to make a full-time income in. Now we've got kind of this magical standalone category of itself here, and that's what Empower Network is. Now Empower Network is sort of a weird combination of a lot of things. I'm going to get into what it is and exactly how it works and why it's different in a second. Here's what the combination of. Number 1, you have the ability to make a lot of money up front fast because we pay out almost 100% commissions. Almost all the revenue that comes out to Empower goes back into the field for our products. Number 2 thing that we're a weird combination of is we actually have a system that will help your new people succeed, okay, without doing this whole list sharing affiliate nonsense. We have never sent an outside offer out to any customer of Empower Network. In other words, if you bring a customer to Empower Network, if you get a sale here, that person is coded to you for the rest of your life as long as you're an active active affiliate here. And as long as that person is purchasing products in the future, we're only selling things that are internal that are going to get your customers the results that they want. It's a completely different model that we've got. Number three thing that sets us apart a little bit is Empower Network is a company with vision. All right, we're a company that didn't start to, be the richest company that's out there. We're a company that started with the specific goal of helping you become as rich as possible. We wanted to provide a place where you could actually get involved in a company, be a part of a team, and you could actually go out there and you could accomplish your outcomes in your business. Now, to explain how that works, I actually, I don't need to erase anything. I'm going to draw a little illustration out on the whiteboard here. These are kind of the real options that you've got out there in the marketplace. I've described a couple of them already. Over on the left, we've got affiliate marketing, right? And the problem with affiliate marketing, like I said, unless you're the one developing the products, which I'm going to get to that category here in a second, you're really just not going to make a lot of money doing this. Everybody that I know that really makes any kind of full-time consistent income in affiliate marketing are the people who spend 18 hours a day in front of their computer. They're developing the products, they're managing the infrastructure, they're literally doing everything, all right, that I'm going to explain in these 8 videos. They're doing everything that you kind of get as an affiliate of Empower Network, just as a part of our system, okay? So that's number one. You got low commissions, you've got burnout of the list, you've got, the constant, never-ending launch cycles and things like that. Number two, you've got, the MLM stuff, the normal network marketing. Well, the advantage of MLM is you can build a pretty sizable residual income if you know what you're doing and you know how to build it, right? You can build a massive income in direct sales. What's the problem? Right? It takes such an unbelievable amount of people and such an unbelievable amount of charisma and skill and knowledge, right, that literally you could spend the next 7 to 10 years of your life just learning how to do it in order to make it work. There's just too many people that you need to really make an income. In fact, I have a guy who's a friend of mine, actually one of our $1 million earners here at Empower Network, one of the 11 so far, is a guy named Aaron Rashkin. He once had a team of 5,000 active people, not total active, and he was making $4,000 a month. I want you to try to imagine 5,000 people. The high school I went to had 2,000 people, and we used to fill up a whole auditorium. That was half of the people that he had in his team, and he still wasn't even making $5,000 a month. If he had 150,000 people, it'd be the best deal ever, but unfortunately, he only had 5,000, right? So this provides this big gap. Now, over here, we've got what I call just, there's a gap in the niche. Then over on the right side, here's what we've got, right? We've got you are now the one, right? You are now the one, right, who are, building the products, right? So now you've transitioned from this role, right, to where you're selling other people's products to where you're now building them. There's a lot of advantages to the guru business model. That's what I call that, right? So that's actually over on the far right. We've got guru business model, right? And then there's something to the left of it I'm going to talk. These guys make the most money of anybody online, right? Mostly, except for a few people I'm going to talk about here. However, it is an 18-hour-a-day, every day, 7-day-a-week business model. If you talk to any of the people that do millions of dollars of sales and info products on the internet, these guys are literally working in front of their computers, making and developing and testing products 10, 15, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. They make a lot of money, and their life kind of sucks. Over on the left here, in between, so this is actually the far right of the gap, we've got high-ticket sales. Now, the advantage of high-ticket sales is you have a business model where you can go out and make larger commissions, right? So in other words, instead of the tiny commissions you can make as a normal affiliate, you could join a business and you could, sell a $5,000 info product and earn a $4,000 or $3,000 commission, right? Well, it's a really cool business model if you know what to do and if you're willing to be really aggressive. The reason why it's cool is because you can go from zero to full-time income like that, right? The problem with it is, it's like Chuck Marshall, who's a member here of Empower Network. You start at zero every month. And so most people I know who are in high-ticket business, they're really aggressive because they have to be. And if they ever have a sales slump, if they ever don't do good one month, what happens is their income goes way up, they're really excited, and usually when salespeople have a good month, what happens? Their income drops down because they get a little lazy, they think it's just going to come easy and they don't have to work, they stop doing what they're doing, they have a sales slump, and their income goes to zero, right? And salespeople are salespeople. They usually spend all their money and end up broke every 90 days or so, right? So high ticket is kind of a churn and burn business, right? And it can be done, but the problem is you got to really know what you're doing again, and you've usually got to have a lot of money to get started. That leaves a gap, right, where most of the people have no ability to make real money who get involved in this industry. And the reason is because they don't have the skills of a guru, because it takes 7 years to learn, 10 years to learn. They don't have the skills of a really good network marketer. They haven't built up a massive network yet, so they've got another 5 or 10 years to build that size of a network to be able to really get paid like that. And they can't make money as an affiliate, and their list keeps getting burning out, and they don't know why. Right? So there's a big space there where there's all these people that are just kind of like floating around from deal to deal to deal to deal. Maybe you've done that. And they don't really know why they're not making a lot of money. This gap is what Empower Network fills. Empower Network fills that gap, and here's why. Because we're a combination of all these things. In other words, we took the best out of affiliate marketing but decided to raise the bar and raise the commissions, because the vision of this company is not to be the richest company. The vision of this company is to create more millionaires than anybody's ever created. 100 new millionaires a year, right? That's number one. Number two, we've got the ability to create leverage through teams, where you're going to actually have the ability, when you bring in a customer or if you bring in an affiliate, where everyone they ever refer, you're going to be able to leverage those teams and be able to make more and more and more and more money. There's a permanent connection to you through all the people and all the organizations you ever bring into Empower Network. Number three, you have the ability to earn higher level commissions, high ticket business. Right? So really what you have here at Empower, and this is really what it is, Empower Network is a guru business model. If you look over there, right? It is a guru business model, except for with one exception. You don't have to be a guru to make money in the same way that the gurus make it. You just need to bring people in. Right? So that's how Empower Network works, because when you make a sale, when you get somebody into one of our products, the blog, the Inner Circle, something that we've got here, it's not just that sale. You can earn over $5,000 per customer at Empower Network that you bring in, right? So you bring in that sale and all of the product sales that are connected to them for the rest of their life forever. That make sense to you? So that's why Empower Network is different. So now let's get into the formula. Let's get into how to make this work and how to make money. All right? And this is going to pre-frame the rest of the 8 videos, which I believe are the most important videos that you're ever going to watch here at Empower Network. And you're probably going to end up watching a lot of videos because we're entertaining, we're fun, and we're going to teach you stuff that nobody else there knows how to teach. Because we've got a different purpose and a different intention. As you'll learn from me, intention and purpose are everything in your business. All right? So let's talk about the formula. There's a few different parts of it we're going to cover. Number one, there's a production part. What does that mean? We need to teach you how to get new sales. I'm not talking about getting $5,000 sales like you would in a high-ticket model. We need to teach you how to bring people in to the front door of Empower Network, which is just a matter of learning to use our sales funnels. We're going to talk about how to do this as we go through this series of 8 videos, right? We're going to talk about the formula for how to do that. Actually, a little bit in this video, but more so in the following 8, right? That's number one. Number two, there's a team-building aspect to Empower Network, right? Now, these 8 steps are the foundation and the core of team building and Empower Network. These are the most 8 steps, the most important things to learn in your business as Empower, right? This is how we have built to 300,000 customers and over $100 million in sales. It's by getting an army of people to follow these 8 steps. It is the most foundational, most important thing that you'll ever learn, okay? Number 3, there's a personal growth side for you, okay? And here's what I learned a long time ago. I learned that if you're not growing, your income's not going to grow. And if your income does grow and you're not growing, your income will crash back down to the level you're at. So in other words, if you're not growing on the inside, if you're not expanding, what's going to happen is you're not going to make a lot of money. So there's a personal growth aspect to it, right? And the last aspect, and I believe it's the most important aspect, there's a vision aspect. And this is what's only going to work with you, right? See, I can have a vision for the company. I can have a vision where I'm going to create those millionaires regardless of whether you are or not. But you're not going to create your vision unless you've got one. Right? So there's a vision aspect to making this all work together. You need to get really clear on what it is that you want to do with this business. If you went through that visualization, you didn't take it seriously, you need to go back and you need to think, what's my goal? And sit here and visualize your goals every time you come into this website like we teach on the login page. Right? So those are the aspects to making the formula work. So let's get into the actual formula and actually what it is. Now this is going to be the simplest thing that you're ever going to hear somebody explain. And if you follow this formula, if you do what I'm about to say, I, as the leader of Empower Network and the leadership here at Empower Network, we've created $11 million earners, and all they do is this formula I'm about to give you right now. If you're willing to follow this formula, we can fix things that are broken in your business and we can troubleshoot. If you're not willing to follow the formula, we can't fix anything. All right, so the formula is really important. It's simple. One of the reasons why it works so well is because it's so simple, and we're going to talk about that through each one of the steps as we're covering each one. All right, so here's number one part of the formula, right? And I'm just going to write this right here, and so we can either zoom in or get a zoom in later of it, right? Number one part of the formula is you want to bring in 2 new people a day through the front end of your business. 2 new people a day. So I'm going to write 2 new customers or affiliates per day. Now you can do either. Now this is going to be through a front end. We're talking about a $19.95 affiliate fee like you pay to see these videos, or we're talking about the $25 that comes in to buy the blog here at Empower Network. You want to get 2 new customers a day to buy that product. Now most people, when they hear me say that, they say, okay, that's not really that much. And you're right, it's not. It's not really a lot of people to bring in. Because you're not trying to get somebody to spend $5,000 or $1,000 or to pitch them on something complicated. You're getting them to make a $20 decision or a $25 decision. It's a really simple decision to make, all right? And I actually put that number as a consistent daily number for this reason. If you will do this and this alone and be consistent with it, right? And I'm going to talk about how in just 1 second here, right? If you do this, I can troubleshoot and fix anything else in your business. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2, right, is follow the 8 core steps. Now, the 8 videos below this one are the 8 core steps. The 8 core steps are divided into 2 sections. We've got one part that's designed to grow your business. The other part is designed to grow you and your team. Does that make sense? You will not be able to build your dream if you don't do both. You need to follow the 8 core steps, right? Then there's a third bonus part of the formula that I call the vision part, and that's how to make visions become reality, and that's the weird stuff, all right? That's literally it on the formula. So the only question that you could really ask when you're looking at that is, number 1, okay, how do you get 2 people a day? Good question. Number 2, what are the 8 core steps? That's what the rest of the videos are about, right? Number 3, what's the vision formula? I'm going to get to that in this video too. All right? And then the rest of the videos will be covering those 8 steps. And then I'm going to give you some calls to action, some things that you need to do right now in your business if you're going to take your business seriously. If you're not going to take it seriously, it's fine. You can be here. You can make a few thousand a month. But you know what? If you're not going to take this seriously, why are you here? Right? You're here because you want to change your future, right? So let's make this the deal for you. All right? So let's go through how do you get those customers, right? Well, the process is really simple. Now, I'm going to explain what the process is, right? You need to go out and learn those parts of that process, which are actually in our products, okay? So you can buy our products, you can learn these different parts of the process. Now, the cool thing is, once you learn how to do this, you can do it in any company, you can do it in any business. Now, you're watching this as an affiliate, so it's a little bit different, right? So you can take this, you can apply it in Empower Network in your business. You can also, though, you can take and apply it in other things. I've got teams of thousands and tens of thousands of people that I've helped build in other companies by using this same formula. All right, now this is all that you're doing, right? What you're doing is you're creating what's called a funnel, right? Now, funnel, we like to use this as a visual symbol and a metaphor for what we're doing to bring people into your business. And the reason is because it's really easy to visualize, right? If you have a big old funnel and you pour oil in the top, you can pour a lot of oil in, and only a little bit's going to come out at a time, right? But I like to think about it as like this. The funnel that you're doing in your business is actually more like pouring honey into an oil funnel. Because what's going to happen is it's going to come out a little bit more slow at the bottom if you don't really put any honey in the top, right? In other words, if you just kind of drip honey down the side of the funnel, it's going to kind of drip, drip, drip down and dry up before it reaches the bottom. But if you just kind of pour the honey into the top of the funnel, you're going to pour a lot of honey in and it's going to kind of drip consistently out the bottom, right? And in your business, the honey is leads, right? So you have a capture page here at Empower Network. You could just use our capture pages. We also teach you how to make your own in some of our products, right? In your capture pages, what you want to do is you want to get 30 people a day to opt into your capture page and send them through our sales process. Now, it's going to be your energy and your marketing that we're going to teach you in these series that's going to make this work, okay? But you want to get 30 people a day every day into the top of your funnel. That's the goal, that's the outcome, that's the aim. And how fast do you want to do it? As fast as humanly possible. If you can do it tomorrow, do it tomorrow. If you can do it over the course of the next 30 days, do it in the next 30. At least within 90 days, you want to be bringing in 30 people a day, following up the way we're going to teach you how to do in our products and our affiliate training, right? And you want to be bringing in, within 90 days, a minimum of 2 people a day, right? Now, there's different parts of the funnel. I'm not going to explain all the parts because we do that in our products. There's a sales part, there's an upsell part, there's a follow-up, there's a community building part. In other words, we're going to do all these parts for you and with you, but you got to kind of bring people in. You got to kind of pour the honey in to the top of the funnel. You got to do it consistently, right? Because even pouring honey into a funnel, if you stop doing it, it's going to dry up and stop dripping out the bottom, right? You want to be consistently pouring 30 new prospects into your funnel every single day. Not through prospecting, not through calling leads, not through hassling friends and family, not through calling 30 people a day. God, that'd be awful. You're not in this to be a telemarketer. Through marketing, right? Through strategies to draw people to you. We're going to teach you how in these videos. We're going to teach you how in our products. We're going to teach you how on our Monday night calls. We're going to teach you how at our events. We're going to plug you in. So that's, in other words, what you do, right? Now, there's one thing that I want to mention in particular, actually two things, and we're going to cover each of these individually that you need to commit to do right now if you really want to break through. Number one, you got to be on our Monday night calls. It's called Empower Hour. It's a whole course step. Okay? Number two, you got to be at our next event. Okay? Number three, and actually the third one, you want to get all in. And I'm going to talk about that, though, later in the videos. What I want to give you now is I want to give you a bonus. I want to teach you how to create your vision. All right? Here at Empower Network. This is the formulaic approach of what you need to do every day to build your business that you're about to learn. If you will do these things every day, I can help you build a business and a future that will last. I've been doing this now for a long time. I've been teaching the same thing before Empower Network since 2009 when I got started in my business. I went from making multiple six figures myself to making 7 figures to creating multiple six-figure earners to now creating $11 million earners to creating over 100 six-figure earners in Empower Network, to getting 300,000 customers in over 100 countries, right? And I've done it doing the same things, the same 8 things every day that you're going to learn in these videos. So this formula is important, all right? So what's the magical vision formula? Well, number one is to have a vision. You got to know what it is that you want. I'm going to encourage you to stretch your vision. And what's a vision? A vision is something in the future that you see, that you're aiming towards, that motivates you, right? And we're going to talk about that in a lot of our videos, a lot of our affiliate training, a lot of our customer training. We're going to talk about how to get your vision so clear, it pulls you, it compels you, it makes you want to get up every day early to go to work towards your vision. Okay? So number one, you got to have a vision, right? And then number two, there's 3 powers that are going to help you accomplish your vision, right? Number one, the power of unity, right? The power of unity. Being unified with a group of people will enable you to do things that you can't do on your own. There's a whole bunch of reasons why unity is powerful. Unity is powerful for religious reasons. Unity is powerful for agreement reasons. When a group of people are unified together, what they can accomplish doesn't multiply by the amount of people, right? There's a concept called synergy, where you go into architecture, and if you have one metal bar, right, and then you put one other metal bar next to it, that creates a force that's like 5 or 10 times one metal bar, not 2. Right? When you're unified with a group of people, you can do things you can't do on your own. I'm going to encourage you to unify with us. Why? Because I know where I'm going. See, I know a lot of people, they've built in companies before where the owners have shut the company down. I was actually in a company like that in 2010. I was making a multiple 6-figure income. The company owners got together. They decided to shut the company down. Right? I had to rebuild my team. Sucked. Right? But I did it anyways. Right? Some people are in companies, they just don't grow, they just don't duplicate. The company owners don't understand how to grow teams. See, I built a big team before I came here. That's why I know how to do this. It's because I didn't start this company to be a company owner. I actually didn't even want to run a company. And now I own Empower Network. Now I founded Empower Network. Right? I started this company because I wanted my team to be rich. Right? So I wanted to create something different. Right? And some people ask, they're like, Dave, yeah, so okay, I got it, but what's your exit strategy? Death. Right? I'm here and committed to your vision. And I'm going to be doing this for the rest of my life. And we're raising up armies here. Our events have had 100 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, and up to 5,000 people. Nobody's ever done that in our niche. We've done $100 million in sales without doing any normal product launches, right? In fact, last year, 2013, as of when I'm filming this, you might be seeing in 2015, because we don't need to change these a lot. They're concept-based, right? 2013, we did $63 million in sales without launching any new products, right? We went from 30 million to 63 million. How? What you're about to learn. Unity is powerful. It is more powerful to be unified than it is to be right. Remember that. I heard that the first time in a story I'll tell you later. Number 2, submission. Okay? Now, some people get weirded out when you say submission because they're thinking about, like a submissive housewife or something. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, okay, is I'm talking about putting your ego outside. You're in this site now, so just take your ego, imagine it's like a big dark shadow, just peel it off, shoot it into the sun. Realize you don't know everything. Now I realize I don't know everything, right? I only know a few things really well. Everything else I kind of don't know that well. So I'm always wanting to learn. See, if you have an ego, you won't learn. You won't adapt. You won't listen to advice. You won't listen to counsel. You won't stick with things because you'll think you know better. I got a friend who had a big ego. He was making a good six-figure income here, jumped to another deal. Well, I know the owners of that deal, and the owners of that deal are planning on selling the company for acquisition the second it's big enough, right? What's he going to have to do? Build his team from scratch, because that always destroys companies, right? Why didn't he ask me? Because got a big ego. If you have an ego, if you build an income, it'll drop. If you have an ego, if you've never made money, you won't make money. If you have an ego thinking you know right because you're good at something else in your life, you're not going to be in student mode, okay? I want you to imagine a time in your life when you were in student mode, when you wanted to learn, when you knew that you were in the presence of a teacher who knew how to help you build your business or build your life or learn Kung Fu or learn math or whatever it was. And imagine how it felt to sit in that room and to know you were in the presence of a master, right? That's what we got here at Empower for what we do. So if you're a doctor somewhere else, that's cool, you're a doctor somewhere else. Here, you don't have a bachelor's degree yet. You haven't graduated high school yet. You got to learn to walk, right? Some people say, oh, I don't want to do that basic stuff, but I'm outlining these videos. And they'll never build a future, right? Because of that, because they got an ego. Get your ego out of here. Submission is humility. It's being willing to say, I don't know everything. It's willing to say, I'm going to stay unified. It's willing to say, I'm going to get on the Monday calls. It's willing to say, I'm going to get all in. It's willing to say, I'll follow the 8 core steps. Submission. Number 3, spoken word. Right? Now, this is a weird one that I learned from Christian folks. Right? Now, I like this because it's weird. Right? Here's what I've noticed. I've noticed that people who have lives, which is everyone, tend to live lives the way that they speak. Right? If you go around any group of broke people of any sort of size, it could be 3 people, it could be 4 people, it could be 10 people. What are they doing? Complaining about everything. Right? Seriously, just go around some broke people going to McDonald's or Walmart or Safeway or whatever and just listen around as people are shopping and listen to them complain about the day. At nighttime, they watch the news. In the morning, they get up, they read the newspaper, and they grouch about everything. And they're like, I can't pay the bills. Their kids ask for money, they throw their wallet at them, right? What do rich people do? They talk about their vision all the time. They talk about their future all the time. They talk about where they're going all the time. They talk about how they're going to get there all the time. They speak inspiration and life and blessing into people. Unity, submission, the spoken word. That's the formula. 2 customers a day, follow the 8 steps, the 3 powers. Now, what do you need to do next? I'm going to give you some assignments. Really simple ones, actually. Number 1, next video is going to show you what it means to be all in, get all in. Number 2, buy your tickets to the next event right now. Buy them. Okay? Buy them. If you're serious about this, you will be at the next event. I know what I'm talking about. People are like, oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. You know, wallow around in your ego. You know, I'm cool with that. You know, when you're ready to change and get to the events, we'll help you. Number 3, complete these videos and commit to do them. If you need to rewatch, just rewatch it. Okay? So what do you do again? Next video will show you what it means to be all in, get all in. Number 2, buy your ticket to the next event. It should be on the sidebar or above the video or below the video or something like that. Should be really easy to see. Buy your tickets to the next event. Number 3, right? Complete this process and commit that you are going to do it with me, for the next year. How do you know when somebody's not going to make it? How do you know when somebody's going to fail? They're going to give it a try. The word try is actually a presuppositional word in almost every language in the world. It presupposes unconsciously that you will fail. If you actually break down and slow down people's thought processes, which you can do through hypnosis or questions or something like that, right? There's a lot of different ways to do it, to just ask people specific questions about their thought process. When somebody says, I'm going to try to make it, what they're visualizing unconsciously very quickly is failure. Okay? So there's only two ways you can do this. You can not do it or do it. Make sense? You can not do it or do it. That's it. You can't try it. Trying it is not doing it, right? Do or do not, there is no try, as Yoda likes to say, right? There's only doing it or not, right? So I'm going to challenge you to always be right in your face, because that's what good mentors do. And I'm going to say, are you going to make a commitment or not? If you say, oh, I'll do the 8 things for 3 days and try it out. Okay, all right, just quit now. Go cancel your subscription and quit. I'm cool with that. But some of you are saying, no, I want to make it. Some of you are saying, I want to be the next $1 million earner. I want to be the next $100,000 earner. I want to be the next person on stage speaking in victory at your events. I want to be at one of these events with 5,000 people. I am not trying this out because I'm doing it, and I'm doing it. That's it, period. And you're the one getting to the top, so I'll meet you in the next video.
Folks,